great league action here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said that, our runners have started.
And we'll get the display changed over here for you all here. And there we are. We have, I think I heard a heart piece as I was changing that over in the first chest. So we are playing in standard mode here today. What that means, before I comment on that, I saw a pendant up at Tower Hera and a 5-6 crystal at Desert Palace. I did not catch what was Eastern Palace.
Eastern Palace, for what I saw, was a normal crystal.
Normal crystal, perfect. So what we're doing today is we're playing in standard mode. I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go, but first we're getting in a weapon that may or may not be a sword. In this case, it is the Cane of Burna. This is going to be a very exciting item to see used in the opening sequence. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. There are some really fun strats around that one if we want to farm bombs, but it looks like we don't have to do that.
No, we don't have to farm bombs. That's one problem taken care of today. So the standard mode of play, and this is what you see if you play the regular vanilla game. You don't just stick the cartridge in the SNES, turn it on, hit play, or hit start, whatever it is for a long time. And it's the basic vanilla way you start the game. You go get the sword normally from the uncle. You go into the castle like they are now. You go to the basement. You find the princess, the girl. You take her to the sanctuary, and she stays there until you get the master sword and she gets kidnapped. We won't see her kidnapped probably, but we may still have to see the pedestal at some point. You never know. Very rare, but we love seeing that when it happens. So runners are on the way to the basement right now. They're going to get the first chest here after defeating that guard. There's a heart piece.
Yeah. One thing that is given to us, because this is Randomizer, Princess Zelda have the lamp for us, so we can be able to get through those dark rooms in the two worlds.
Taking a page from my book, I see. I like to call that Zelda's lamp myself.
Well, what do you do?
So we're going to come up on the second chest in the room to the right here. So Hitsuyan is first to pick that up today. Now you may notice the team names underneath the runners here. The league is set up such, as they pick up the map, the league is set up such that everyone is on one of, I believe it's 16 teams in the league. 8 are in the Lake Helia division, which is not this one. 8 are in the Death Mountain division, which is this one. The layout on the bottom above our names actually tells you this is the Death Mountain division. So Hitsuyan is on the team called Team Awesome, and Dracarys is on the team called Last Locationers. I get Lost and Last mixed up there. They're so close. So Last Locationers. Each team has to play 2 games each week in the single-player format, in the single-game format. There's a co-op week that is different. I think they each get 1 game that week. I'm guessing on that. We'll see when that comes up. But each team gets 2 games per week. They each get a chance to get 3 points based on that, getting a victory in that week's game between those 2 runners. So one player gets to sit out and cheer on their teammates each week.
Yeah, and as we go forward, would the 3 best teams move on? The best team in each group gets a bye week.
And in the end, we're going to have 6 weeks of a competition, followed by a couple weeks of playoffs, and then we're going to come down to a grand final, at which point the winner of the first league will be crowned. And I think that's going to be somewhere in May. I want to say mid-May.
Basically, we have a lot of good weeks in front of us.
Yes, we do. So the runners are coming up from the base. I didn't make note of what came out of Zelda's chest there. Did you catch that?
According to the layout, to what they have up there, it looks like it was a small key.
Oh, small key. Yes, that makes sense. Good eye on that. So we're going to head up to the back right now, and this is where Zelda's lamp, as you referred to it, and as I also refer to it, comes into play, because Link doesn't have a lamp yet, and the game is hard-coded to assume that you have the lamp when you're doing this, so we seem to share the idea that Zelda offers her light as a resource here. I don't know why she was out to keep it herself with her, but she was.
You never know what you found down here. If you get separated, you can at least find your way out. I assume that is it. And in this room, we see Dracarys. That's usually where you would stop the farm bombs if you didn't get any.
Yeah, that's correct. We just had a big 20 in the Dark Crossroads, so nothing important there. We're going to make our way to the back of Escape now, where we will bomb a hole in the wall, and 3 chests will be on the other side. Now, fun fact, if you don't have bombs, but you pick up the boots somewhere along this path, you can also use the boots to crack that wall.
Yeah, there are a few rooms you can do that. And we see Hisan nearly didn't have any magic left. If he would have run out of magic, you could run down to the room just below. There are some pots down there who drops magic for.
Hitsuyan is first through the wall, just slightly ahead. There's a big 20, we have a piece of heart, and we have some more bombs. I guess they're good for bombs for the light world now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is quite nice to get some bombs there, because routing Kakuiko will be much more efficient.
Interesting routing decision. Hitsuyan used a bomb on the upper hole, and Dracarys just walked around the long way. I don't think there's really a huge gain that way. It might just be like a few tenths of a second or something like that, depending how you decide to do it. But interesting play to do it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. So the last test is the
Ooh.
blue male, so quite nice defense. These are.
It's always nice to have a new shirt, but I would have waited a little later to change it.
Yeah, me too.
Hitsuyan had a slight lead partly because of the map check Dracarys did right away. He just did the map check himself, maintains a slight lead. And we might be getting a quick look at the Lumberjack for Dracarys. I think Hitsuyan is going straight into the Lost Wood.
Yeah, you can choose to do the lumberjack tech later because of when you have the boots, or you're gonna have to go
Oh,
up
look
the
what's in
mountain
the
the normal
mushroom
way.
spot.
Ooh, that's quite nice.
That's a good find.
Yeah, getting the hooks out early is actually quite nice because you can speed up your the progression in the overworld a bit with it.
Now I saw 10 number 10 on the Lumberjack ledge. I believe that was 10 arrows. There is a 10 bomb pack as well. I didn't get a good enough look. But either
It was
way,
10
it's
arrows.
either bomb. It is arrows?
Yeah.
But either way, bombs or arrows doesn't matter. We're going to have, while we need arrows, we don't necessarily need those arrows.
We did also see a very nice tier 1 triple being red rupees.
That is very nice. That's just some Zora money right away, too. Okay, we're going to get a look at our first big chest area here in Kakariko Village. We have 5 items here in Blind Hideout. Gonna drop a wall or bomb on the wall and just walk away and let it blow up while he does some other stuff down here. Opening these chests. Chest number 1 is 5 rupees. Number 2, more blueberries. Number 3 has a piece of heart. And the final chest down here, oh man, we're getting nutritious breakfast all over the place today.
Yeah, a lot of bombs early. And the last test is a heart container. So there are a few more checks here in Kakuiko we can do. We have Kakuiko Well, which also has 5 checks even, and we have Chicken Coop, and then we can go down and check what the bar has. If they found a bottle somewhere along the line, we can go and check what Sickid has.
Well, there's
And
our bottle right there.
There is a bottle.
You just wanted a bottle, huh?
Okay, at least that wasn't the curse, which I normally do. That one is very nice place because that big attack immediately.
This is turning into a god Kakariko. Look at this. Bottle.
Wow.
2 swords, and I think 300 rupees in that last chest.
Yeah,
that is a
really
well.
Nice. That was like a wishing well at this point.
That was a wishing well. And we're gonna get the musical song played. We're gonna hear it on Dracarys' side, but Hitsuyan is doing that right now. Gonna have possibly a little bit of a high five as Dracarys is gonna get there as Hitsuyan's walking away. And on Hitsuyan's side, the swan is gone. Like doing some of those rhymes. So there you go. There's your one for today. And Dracarys, actually, Hitsuyan I don't think did the bottle vendor yet. If he didn't, it's just 20 bucks. Bit of a waste of money.
And we're coming into Chicken Coop here. In there we find another piece of heart.
And there was the seconds flute playing, so both ducks are available now. Did you book your flights for Swag Duck Airlines? Please call 555 Duck. Disclaimer: Duck only works in Hyrule. Duck does not fly to Dark World, and number does not work. Please do not call.
And a big 20 from Sick Kid as well. So we're getting quite a lot of rupees very, very early in this seed.
Yep. While the rupees do not necessarily mean anything to do with the logic, and as in, if the game assumes that you can farm rupees, so you don't have to find 500 rupees to go to Zora in the chests. You can just go to Zora on your own as soon as you find 500 rupees farming if you have to. So it's not a logical thing, but having the money early is convenient because you can get checks like that out of the way without having to worry about them later. I didn't catch... Was that bombs in the library?
I think that was blueberries.
Yeah, bombs. Okay.
And then we have the race game. It holds the hammer today.
Yeah. Let's see if Dracarys goes right in there or whether he also goes to check, because he can save time if he just goes straight in.
Yeah, that hammer will definitely help along the south route. They do have a Master Sword already, so...
Oh. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, normally you will not have this amount of swords in the randomizer. Okay, Dracarys near flow away.
That was on purpose. I'm just gonna stop and say what he was doing there for a second. He was ready to flew away with after seeing what the item was, but as soon as he saw it was a hammer, he's like, up, get away from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you normally don't have this amount of swords early, so you could use a hammer in Minimodom, and we find Tempered in the dam.
Wow, 3 swords already. They're gonna have a good time with the combat in this seed. Very easy, much easier combat when you have a Bacon Blade.
We did also see a kind of trick from Hitsuyan there on his screen, where you can, while a block is moving, you can hookshot through it and basically get pulled through it.
And a similar trick exists with the mirror, where if you're pushing a block, you can push the button while the mirror is assigned and the block will simply vanish. So there are a couple glitches like that. As you can see, Link to the Past, very, very well programmed game. Top-notch program.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dracarys did the same trick, so we're on par for the tricks. Hitsuyan is in what we call Mini Motorum Cave. Well, you can see why it's called Mini Motorum Cave. All those lovely, lovely snakes in there. And
so,
go ahead.
Blueberries, 10 arrows, a hard container, big 20, and another piece of...
A bit of a lovely cave, but nothing useful.
Yeah, this is usually where we find at least somewhat of a good items.
Yeah, the well cleaned that out today, I think. Oh, he is... Okay, Hitsuyan is taking advantage of the fact he has the flute, and he's taking a shortcut to Ice Rod Cave. Let's see if Dracarys does the same thing. He will... Or he may even come back and check Ice Rod Cave later. We don't know yet. With the flute, runners can do that at their convenience.
Yeah, isn't that big of a time save to just run over there compared to flute, but it is enough of a time save to do it.
Yeah, he is fluting over.
Yeah, one thing I do like when you get the flute early is go over to desert early and check Agina Cave, because that is one of the places where an item can be hidden and we will not discover it for a very long time.
I agree. Getting Agina out of the way as soon as possible is a good idea, especially when you have very convenient access via Swag Duck Air. And we're also getting immediate access to Death Mountain. That also is provided with the flute. Now, Hitsuyan is going to get one item that is out of logic here. The Old Man, while you can go through the dark and get to him, is considered out of logic because you don't have the lamp. Dark rooms are not expected to be done because casual players may have a hard time with that, so you're not expected to do rooms in the dark like Hitsuyan is. Not going to be a problem for the runners you see doing these races in the league most of the time. With the odd exceptions, some rooms like Mizumai are really, really difficult. But again, it is something you can do. It is not required to do it this way.
And if they do decide to do these dark rooms without a lamp, we can see that they are using some kind of...
The lamp is close at hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that was really nice. But I was saying, if they're doing dark rooms, we will see that they're using some kind of method to be able to navigate. And for his run there, he used a little spark at the end of the sword. And we also learned there that the green pendant is at Ice Palace today.
And we just saw the back of Sahasrara's closet. He basically stole Sahasrara's financial savings.
Yeah.
Only $60 to his name. I don't know how he got by with that. So yeah, saying that the Moon Pearl required the lamp, that makes me think the lamp has to be most likely somewhere in the light world, with possible exception of somewhere like the pyramid, if Aegon was considered required, Aegonum. Or who knows? Could be an Eastern Palace, could be Eastern Palace, which is where Dracarys is right now. Or it could be Aegina.
Yeah, you can. However, I do still like to play from Hitsuyan. He has access to the right side, to east side of Death Mountain because of that hookshot. He could also technically go over to Hera. It could be fire locked, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff
Gold
there.
sword!
Wow, okay. I feel we're getting too much offensive stuff here.
I didn't mean to cut you off either. I got excited when I saw the gold sword.
Don't worry, I'm excited too about that. But
Yeah.
I feel
We could have a lamp.
it's too early.
We could have lamp over here in Paradox Cave or up in Spiral Cave as well. There's a lot of items over here. So there it is.
Okay, so the logic wants you to fly up to Death Mountain, go over to the right side to go back to the left side to get the Moon Pearl.
Pretty much.
Thank
So
you,
that was
game.
a very, very quick logic fill-in.
Oh,
There's
there
your
is
mirror.
a mirror. Ooh, nice.
You know, and Chaz needs to see from here on out. I'm inclined to agree because of that gold, that butter sword. Hitsuya may not come to that sword right away until he comes to Eastern Palace, and because it's a pendant, who knows? He may decide not to clear it if there's nothing. If it turns out there's nothing in here of interest. So Dracarys is really hoping to find something useful in here, such as that hint that the unique item requires the hammer. Not really that useful. There's not too many places the hammer can be used early on that we're worried about.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, flippers on the floating island. Considering that swamp, because we learned all the pendants. Yeah, because we learned all the pendants, we know that swamp is a crystal.
You said I thought you said Eastern Palace was a crystal.
Well, I said wrong.
Oh, it was wrong. It was a pendant? Okay.
And desert was a 5-6 crystal. So we both got wrong.
Oh, I did call the 5-6 crystal. I saw
Oh.
the 5-6 crystal and the pendant on Tower Hera. That was a red pendant up there in Vanilla. Speaking of which, Vanilla Big Key.
Oh, we got a really nice hint here in Tower Hera about the Firelock section in Meyer. Basically, we don't need to head over there.
That is a very good hint.
Ooh, Hitsuyan barely missed having a little tea break there, as we call it. So if you stand on these blue blocks, I guess, when they move up, you will get those invisibility frames that normally applies when you are taking damage. So you will not be able to do anything. Just stand there and wait for this tile room to be complete.
Yeah, it's a nice, convenient coffee break, as we like to call it. You just called it a tea break, obviously. I'll just say hot chocolate break, because I hate both of those other drinks. And once you get through that little break period here, we get another chest. We need to have fire to do that. They do have the lamp. Hitsuyan does have that in his possession, so he can pick up this item, which we know is the big key.
And Aegina have a piece of heart for us today, so not really what we wanted to see.
Now we don't have any gloves yet, so even though we have the hammer, even though we have the Moon Pearl, it's still kind of hard to get to the Dark World without being able to lift anything. So unless there's a glove up here where Hitsuyan is going right now, which is where I would imagine one to be at this point, or maybe a book or something like that to get to Desert Palace for where it could be. There's a joke hint, by the way.
Yeah,
but yeah, we're
they
waiting
are
on the
green, so we
gloves.
know what they are.
Yeah, we're waiting for the gloves to see where we can go here.
As I'm looking at this, if the gloves is not here, this might be an Agaseed.
Exactly. Or I'm just thinking, the floating island has... Yeah, we can't get to the flippers yet, so... Zora is still in logic, possible. Oh, but no, we can't get there with the glove, can we, legally?
No, we can't. We need Titans to be able to get to the flippers. And
I think
so,
Power's
yeah.
on the way to Zora, but you need Titans to get to flippers. I think you are correct.
Yeah, so if you notice Spiral Cave, I might become a little suspicious that this is indeed an Agaseed.
I wasn't checking the items carefully in Tower Hare, but I'm going to assume he got both unique items, meaning that Modorm has nothing.
Yeah, it seems like that. He did the basement first, and he basically went out directly after the second hint, so...
Okay, King Zora, give us a glove. I think it has to be King Zora, and they may sequence break Waterfall Cave and the Hobo while they're up.
We can't get to King Zora.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
We need a glove for that, or flippers, and the flippers are glove lock.
they can still sequence break it by doing fake flippers.
Yeah, but why would we want to do that? We
It
know
wouldn't help us
that's
right
not
now.
what it be.
It wouldn't help us at all right now, but they could do that if they want to get whatever item is there, save time later. It would be a sequence break if they did that.
And we do only recommend to do sequence break if you're experienced, because otherwise you can get stuck.
It is very easy to forget what needs to be done. Like, so there are cases where if you read the logic of the seed carefully, you know that the item you need will not be in certain dungeons because you can't get there without first getting access to those dungeons. By the way, I'm going to interrupt what I'm saying. Hitsuyan is on his way to Aghanim, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it.
So I'm going to change what I was about to say and say that we are now on the way up to Aghanim's Tower. You have to walk through Hyrule Castle, go into the room to the left like you did when you were going to get the princess, and then go south and climb the stairway, go outside, go around into another door, and you're in Aghanim's Tower. It's, I believe it starts on floor 2 because Hyrule Castle is considered floor 1, so it's 6 floors of rather technical sword swinging. Since you get the Master Sword right before it's in the middle game, they really want you to use that sword.
I am a bit interested here that Hussein did decide to go here. He has not been in Eastern yet.
Yeah, I was trying to remember that too. I didn't think he was in Eastern Palace. This is quite a gamble for him to go straight here.
Yeah, he doesn't have Butters, Gold Sword. So yeah, he decided to do a gamble with this.
Yeah, this is a gamble.
Right now it's paying off.
He doesn't know, but it's definitely going to pay off because there's nothing there for him in Eastern Palace. Except a gold sword. Comment in chat, Hitsu trying to throw accidental god routing.
Yeah, that's a good name for it. I do like it that both of the dungeon items is fire locked in Mire.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, in a way, as much as it is a gamble, this also makes sense because once Hitsuyan spends the $100 to get over to Palace of Darkness to get inside, or 110 for the money stolen. The unique item is in Swamp Palace, by the way. Thanks, game. 6 items, kind of a good odds of that. The fact that he has the mirror means he's going to be able to go straight over to Eastern Palace from there. So I think he's thinking travel time. He figured I might as well just do Aghanim, get it out of the way, and do both at the same time. It saves time over there anyway. So maybe just picking the lesser of 2 evils here.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice to be able to do that, because you can get off a lot of items quick that way. One thing that we usually tend to say when it comes to the randomizers is that you want to have as much item checks per minute.
And that guard's gonna fall.
Yeah, I tended to knock him down when I was playing this game casually as well.
Yeah, I like to do that too. I'm gonna have a quick little game in the chat here, by the way. Everyone start guessing how many blue balls Agadam's gonna throw. I usually go with the odds and say 3, just because I like the number 3 for this. What do you think?
I'm gonna say 4 then.
We have guesses in chat ranging from 3 to, we have a couple 6s, we have an 8. Well, let's begin counting.
We have seen 1 normal ball so far. That one is guaranteed though. 2 orange balls.
3 hits. 1 blue ball. So as you see, he does 4 hits like that. The first one is guaranteed to be an orb. The second, third, and fourth are random. It's either 50-50 chance between another orb like this or that blue ball, which we have 1 so far. In this case, we now have 4 hits. So after those 4 hits, by the way, we have a lightning crescendo, which you just saw as well. So 2 blue balls. 3 blue balls. Will we get an orb to 4 blue balls? Time for more lightning.
I like that reference so much.
What, the count?
Yep.
Probably my best voice, to be honest with you. There's the guaranteed orb, so 5 hits. 5 blue balls.
Well, I'm gone.
And I don't think anyone in chat... Actually, no, we haven't... I will give a shout out to EMJ13. I see he did say 5 blue balls. Congratulations. You win the door prize, which is basically an attaboy. So, attaboy. Let's see what's on the pyramid here. It's a piece of heart. Not going to stop for that, probably.
So we're getting a map check here. Turtle Rock is our other 5-6 crystal. The rest are crystals except for Ice Palace, which we learned earlier were green pack.
Yep, and yeah, we knew about Ice Palace, as you said earlier, because Dracarys checked that. Hitsuyan obviously wasn't over there yet. So that was new information for him. So now he's going to use the hammer. He's going straight down to Hype Cave, not wasting any time with Palace Darkness yet. He wants to go right over to Hype Cave, get 5 guaranteed items down here right away.
Yeah, really nice place to head very early into the Dark World.
Especially because these are just free once you have the hammer.
Yeah.
So this could be where we find that all-important glove. For now, it's 20 rupees. So after the big 20, we have a full heart container, some blueberries, another big 20, and some wooden sticks. Angles, rate that Hype Cave.
Yeah, this is supposed to be Hype Cave. What was that?
I'll take that as a 0-10.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we can see Hitsuyan head over to Stumpy and Cave 45. And after that, we're probably gonna see Digging Game.
Now, an interesting routing decision here that can also come to play, and this is being mentioned in chat, and I can see this coming into play now. Go up to Catfish and then mirror to Zora. Now, I don't know if you can get there, though. I think you need a... I'm trying to remember if you need... You can hammer your way up there. Do you need a glove to get to Catfish from there, though?
Yes, you need a glove later on.
You still need the glove, okay.
Just by the Witch Hut, there is a big rock. So yeah, Zora and Catfish are still locked. They could make the way over to north side of Hyrule thanks to the hookshot.
It would be absolutely gross if Zora is holding one of the glove upgrades and we have to go all over the place to find the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. So, time for Digging Game.
Everyone's
quick
favorite
one.
activity. Oh, so much for that.
That was actually okay. So, as I said, I did the daily race just before this. There were the exact same amount of digs and the exact same item.
You would laugh, but I did 2 races in a row on one broadcast, and they both had the hammer in the Lost Woods in the exact same spot.
That's horrible. So we are gonna see the play of heading over to the north side of Hyrule so we can get to Skullwoods and to Wilderness of Outcast, as we call that. He could choose to take Graveyard Ledge here while he's here. Looks like he's gonna do because of that mirror.
Yeah, he is fine taking a long way around a Graveyard Ledge since he can't lift. So he is now entering Graveyard Ledge proper. Ricardus is using his hook shot at Aghanim, not very effective. He's just poking Aghanim as if to say, come on, buddy. You need to throw me an orb. Piece of heart in Graveyard Ledge, nothing of interest.
Yeah, not really. We don't want that. I do like to save off Graveyard Ledge until I get the boots, because then you can do all 3 checks up here at once. So it looks like Hitsuyan is gonna check Bumper Cave, and then he might path his way into Skullwoods. And there's a fire rod. That's really, really interesting.
Wow, cape required.
Yeah, that is super irritating place to have that.
That's a good piece of research by Hitsuyan to check that out. So very, very interesting. He's going to get the Lumberjack check, but we'll be happy to know that he doesn't need to look for the boots now, unless he needs them for Ganon's Torch or for Desert Palace Key later, in which case we would need the boots.
Yeah. So it looks like Hitsuyan is gonna path his way into Skullwoods.
Yep, that makes sense. Either that and Thieves Town are both options I would consider at this time, so he is using the normal plays of one of those 2 options here. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to Palace of Darkness yet, though. He really doesn't want to go in there without the bow, it looks like.
Yeah, that temple can palace can technically be bow locked. So if that is the case, you can only check one location in there. So can understand it.
What can be really evil, though, and I have seen this, is that the bow can be somewhere in Palace of Darkness. You get the first key, and you can go into the middle door, and you have to go digging around in there somewhere to find bow somewhere on the Dark Maze. So it can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did see that the first test here in Skullwoods was a small key, so we'll be able to have a little bit easier time passing through the entrance here of Skull.
Indeed. And coming into the big chest area, of course, you can bomb jump to that, but you kind of need the big key to open it. But the option is there. Speaking of the big key, are we going to see a bomb jump now? Nope. Going south. Opening the next chest down here. Makes sense. There's your power glove. And he looks like he is going to do the bomb jump now.
There's one more test you can check before doing that.
Yep, he got the bomb out. He forgot that he hadn't checked this key, so he is making sure it's nothing. It was just another key. Here comes the bomb. Oh, I'll take 2. Here comes the bomb jump.
So for bomb jump, you want to position yourself 1 pixel away from the gap.
That is
how. So we have found all of the items that can be inside of Skullwoods. So we know that we can.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we know that we don't need to return here until we got the fire rod.
Correct. So once we find the cape, we can come back here and take out Mothil. We don't need to open the chest in the back of Skullwoods that is in Mothil's lair, so to speak. I want to explain that quick medallion quickly for those who are new to the game as well. You may see there's 2 other medallions on the tracker. Those are the 3 medallions that are available in the game: Bombos, Ether, and Quake in that order. So when 2 of those medallions, 1 or 2 of those medallions will open 2 of our dungeons. You may see on the bottom row of the tracker as we get a big 20 and C-shaped house that there is Misery Mire and Turtle Rock on the far right of the bottom row have blank circles. Those represent those medallions. When we know what medallion opens what dungeon, we will fill that in on the tracker, and that will tell us what medallions are required today.
Yeah, we can't get to them yet because both of them are Misery Mire or Turtle Rock. I'm seeing a lot of things now. Titans, myths locked to be able to check, so we will see them go there a little bit later.
So we're going to the treasure game right now. There was nothing really found so far in those about Kaz. There's a single arrow. It looks like blueberries might have been the item. But there is a single arrow item as well, so who knows? Might have just been the arrow.
Who knows?
And time to open Thieves' Town. So there are 4 unique items in here, as well as the usual compass and map and big key and a small key. That small key will open the chest that you require the hammer to open. That's a single locked door that the chest key would go towards. There are other keys that you pick up from pots, obviously, to unlock other doors. We found the 10 bomb pack in the first chest here. It should be noted the 10 bomb pack is another weapon option from the uncle, so you may at times be required to do the entire escape sequence with only bombs.
Yeah, and that is not a fun one, to say the least. However, if you would run out, if you do game over and stuff like that, you will get 3 bombs as a constellation prize, so you can finish and don't have to.
Yeah, if you get the princess and you run out of bombs, you can game over and just start. I think from either her cell or from the second floor, depending where you got. There's the red boomerang, by the way.
And we see how irritating these gimbos can be.
And not just the gimbals, but the wall masters. You just mistime something. Oh, get out of the way, Dalphos. If you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, you don't get out of the way, you can be grabbed by Mr. Grabby Grab, as I like to call him, and escorted back to the entrance.
First, it sounded like they said the crab, so I immediately started thinking about SpongeBob. For some reason, I don't know.
Ow, my house is on fire. Not one of my best voices. Anyway, moving on. So, Hitsuyan is about to go upstairs after grabbing the key under the pot. Gonna check the hint tile under the bats. Some arrows requires the boots. I'll ignore the grammar there because of the way the hint system is set up, but some arrows require the boots. We're not worried about that.
No, we're not. And we see Dracarius now finding his glove as well.
And these are some very, very strong rats, or whatever you want to call them, in this room, so you don't want to touch these guys. And we're in the sunshine room, and we're blowing a hole in the floor to allow the sunshine in, hence why I call it the sunshine.
I am really bad with the room names, so I didn't know what it was called. So
I think I'm the only one who calls it the sunshine room, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
So Dracarius is going to find out his useless item in the C-shaped house. Normally I would try to follow both routes here, but Dracarius is mostly following in Hitsuyan's footsteps right now, so I'm keeping an eye on Hitsuyan for most of our new information here. But we will see if Dracarius does diverge at some point to see if he finds something that Hitsuyan has not found yet.
Yeah, basically because that is almost what we call vanilla. So vanilla is basically when an item is at this normal location in the normal game. And yeah, that was close enough for me
that
to
is
see
French vanilla. That is French vanilla. And he must be satisfied that he has all the items from here because he's not even checking the last chest. He's going straight upstairs.
Now we see blind. So basically, between each of these different phases, he requires 3 hits. It doesn't. The sword he's using doesn't matter. It just is 3 hits.
And by the way, I didn't get a chance to read Blind's pun. It was, I got my tires fixed for a flat rate. And he gives a bottle of defeat.
But yeah, if you don't have a sword, there are a few other weapons you can choose to use against him. You can use the hammer, and you can use actually both of the canes, which are also really fun strats to do again. It really makes the fight a lot different.
Of course, getting his big key, he will most likely proceed to Thieves Town proper when finished with this chest.
So it would be interesting to see where Hitsuyan is decided to go now. He can either go up mountain to get his flippers, or he can head over to Meyer, and he's gonna go up to Death Mountain to get the flippers.
Makes sense. He has everything else, I think, for Swamp Palace, so this pretty much opens it up for him.
Yeah, and at the same time, his reason for heading over to Meyer would be to check out what medallion would be needed to enter.
You mean Turtle Rock?
No, I was talking about he can also flown to Meyer.
Oh, flying. Okay, yeah. He'll check out Turtle Rock while he's up here in the meantime, and you are right, he can fly to Meyer as well. For now, he's going to check out what we call Super Buddy Cave, because you could do this cave as a buddy if you do certain button pushes correctly.
Yeah, a little bit of a cool trick. We won't see it today though, because we already have the moon.
Yeah, it kind of means you have to be in buddy form. There is a heart container and a piece of heart, so a little bit of love at this cave.
So I complained a little bit earlier that we got a lot of damage very early, and now I feel like we're getting a lot of defenses early.
Yeah, it's never balances out as you would expect it to. You either get nothing or you get everything.
That looked like Quake to me.
It was Bombos. I took a look at the replay because I missed it. It was Bombos.
Okay. So we can go into Turtle Rock yet, basically.
Ooh, we have a bag of herbs and spices. You can now make chicken.
So basically we got more defenses.
Yes. Always good to make chicken. Gel. Thank you. Ooh, mushroom. Which might get a visit.
Okay, this place could we can nickname it right now to Fest Quest. Okay.
That is actually, I would make that play right away, actually, as soon as it is convenient, because they can now get every single item up in that part of Hyrule. Get the mushroom to the witch, get the item from the witch, go check, and this is mirroring from the Dark World, to do that, and then go to Catfish, mirror to Zora, check Waterfall Cave along the way. You got everything there. The only thing you need to get is Hobo.
Yep.
Hitsuyan, however, looks like he's going to Swamp Palace.
Yeah, the right move here. There are a total of 6 items you can find in that palace, so it's definitely understandable to head up.
Definitely a good play to make in terms of item density. A lot of runners do prefer to do this dungeon in go mode because you only need the 1 key. If you can come here in go mode, there's a lot of chests you get to skip as a result. You don't even need the big key, so you open the first chest, you go in, you just go through the dungeon, and you're done. But if you need a lot of items, it is definitely possible to go through here and look for those items.
Dracario's giving off a little bit of a scare there with his 1/2 of a heart and not deciding to drink his blue potion.
Instead, he gets a free one right here, just in terms of a refill, and out he goes. A piece of heart is above the pose. Thanks, game.
Thanks, game. So we are gonna see the car starting this myth chain here.
Oh, one of the dark chickens got... oh, this is new information, actually. We have not seen hammer pegs yet, and we have the dwarf chain going on for the cars as well. Big key already in that first chest, by the way, for Hitsuyan. Not a useful big key, but it will at least open a big chest, so if there's an item in there, could be useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
20 rupees in the hammer peg. And the dwarf is now home. He turns from a frog into a very tiny little man, goes to work on crafting that really long metal piece of something, and turns out that metal piece of something is a shield.
Okay, then that is indeed a piece of metal.
And a purple chest has now been acquired. Time to... Is he... Oh, I thought I might be going to... Oh, he's going to get hit by the portal again? No, he didn't. He's just going to flute right over to where to drop that chest off.
Yes, it speeds up this process a lot, and he'd already done
right.
the checks downwards, so he didn't need...
Now, I question why Gary's lunchbox had some very pointy objects in it. Maybe he was planning to go hunting for his lunch tonight. Boots!
Nice! That basically ensures us that Desert Palace is now beatable.
That confirms the Desert Palace is now beatable, yes. And, yeah, they have the flute in the mirror, so they can backdoor it. They don't need the book anymore.
So, as it looks right now on his screen, he decides to do the back portion here first. It could line up so that it doesn't have to go to the left side, and it was immediately debunked there because of the compass. So basically the compass and the map can be on the left side, and then if it doesn't find it here on the back here, he can just decide to not go there at all. But we know now that is at least one item over there.
Swamp Pass left side is one of the big gambles you can make here. If you leave and you let the water flow back in, and you have to go back and do left side later, that's a lot of time you're losing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are gonna come up to one of the funniest bosses to see is Argus, with a lot of R's.
Argus fish and chips.
There is a strat to be able to do this before he starts to do his spin around with those puffs, but it's very difficult.
And we have some calamari for Hitsuyan, who picks up a 50 pack of rupees as a reward.
So we are probably gonna see him head over to Meyer and the desert area to check those locations. No, he might be going to... he's gonna do Swara stuff.
I was gonna say Ice Palace.
He can't do that yet,
He
unfortunately.
can't. Yeah, I just realized that. He's checking the floating island. Did we see what was on the floating island?
I don't think we are seeing this yet.
Silver arrows! If he did not know that, that was a good search. Maybe he saw it and we just didn't catch it ourselves. That's possible too. So
yeah, it is.
Definitely silver arrows are worth the pick up there.
a very good find. That will speed up Ganon a lot once we get there. And also, so Victorious, Victorious Pod, and the Eastern if we had to.
Victorious once if we have the bow, that is. We may not have the bow by the time we get there.
Yeah. And we're gonna see another little bit of gamble here from Dacarius. Looks like he's decided to do Spike Cave.
And the hobo gives up his life savings, which for some reason is more than you get from Sahasrarel's closet.
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Okay, I quite like this play here from Hitsuyan because he can do Mushroom while he's heading up here and then do Catfish into Waterfall Cave and Sora.
I want to note that Dracarys just found the Ether Medallion in Spike Cave. So if Ether turns out the need for Misery Mire, that was a good stop. And I also want to give a thank you to Craig Sniffen, who just subscribed to Speed Gaming with Speed Gaming 2, that is, with Twitch Prime. Thank you for your support. That is greatly appreciated by everyone involved here.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I do like the bonk there from Hitsuyan.
It's just for fun because you have to wait for the item anyway. And it turns out just to be one of the many shield upgrades.
Yeah, we don't need that. And we saw that the witches have only a heart container and the Waterfall Cave was not needed.
So now we're gonna go to see what King Zora has. He has 1,200 bucks at this point, so you know, what's 500 bucks? What's a life lesson? I didn't catch the ledge. I'm gonna try and get it on the replay. Ledge seemed
that
to have
was arrows.
Yep.
So I generally tend to call Sora the king of all scammers. Have to see if that is what it is today.
Yeah, it's gonna be some bombs. That was close.
Yeah.
Let's just say it was a very pointed lesson today.
Keep on coming, but
Pork Supreme was just giving that lesson 10 points, which is good because the points don't matter. So give as many as you want. So the question being asked in chat now, and this is a question that is looming large over the seed right now. Where is the cape?
yeah, that is a good question. Okay, then we're gonna see if Ether is required up here.
I didn't catch it.
That looked like Ether to me.
It was Ether. I got on the replay that time. So yeah, that was Ether.
Ooh, Spike Cave required.
Dracarys is all set for that. Hitsuyan has some searching to do. And sometimes some runners will put off Spike Cave for a last check. So as a place that they don't want to do if they don't have to, because that can be. Sometimes you have to pick between Spike Cave or Spiral Cave, and depending on your situation when you get up there, Spiral Cave might be the one you do, and then you're off the mountain. So Hitsuyan, it'll be interesting to see if he goes back to Spike Cave anytime soon. If he does, he'll be back on track. But right now, he's just working on crystals he can do.
Yeah, that is a big advantage for Drakarius there.
Some cash is in plain sight. You don't say.
Thanks, game.
Such useful information. Big key. There's the boots for Dracarys. I was just thinking he doesn't have the boots yet, and that's where they were. So some almost think big chest opens here, different items in them. Key for Hitsuyan, the piece of heart for Dracarys. And a little bit of an electric shock for Dracarys, and then getting assailed by the fire snake as he leaves the room. Doesn't get that jellyfish doesn't get a zap out in time. Right side desert, we have a heart container, and after going through this door, Beemos misses a shot. Welcome to Cannonball Run Part 1, Big 20. And it's off to see the wonderful snake of Charmer. So we're being asked now what the pet status is. Let's take a little bit of a look here at the kind of items we have as Dracarys goes to fight Argus. I would say the pet status, actually, because Ice Palace needs to have the Fire Rod at this point to complete, unless we find the Bombos medallion, it would need the Fire Rod. If Bombos is found without the need for the Fire Rod, I would say the Fire Rod could possibly be on the pedestal, so that would be a good possible option. Ice Rod could, of course, be there because Turtle Rock is required. Bombos could be pedestal as well, just like the Fire Rod could be if we find the Fire Rod. So those are still possible options. There's still a few out there, I would say. Cape leading one of those could be there as well.
Yeah, one other item I can see be on the pedestal is Kano Somalia, which would be horrible.
It's always a horrible one to see. It's always great for us, but not so much for the runners.
Oh, believe me, I like seeing that, but I don't. But I know the runners would hate if that is the case.
I can say that the one thing that would get me to do the certain cane meme that everyone knows what it is, and I will not say what it is for now, would be if that cane were on the pedestal. That would get me to do it.
Yeah.
So in Checkerboard Cave today, we have $5. Dracarys is going to get the hobo out of the way. I don't mean that in a negative connotation, obviously.
So Hitsuyan is now gonna do the other two sets up here that we isolated when we did the graveyard.
That's right, the shovel could be on the pedestal too. But the bow can't be.
So there's only a red rupee in King's Tomb, and he's now gonna head over to Bonk.
And there's the fire shield for Dracarys. Bonk. And thank you for bonking. Please accept these arrows as compliments.
We could say that he was knocking on the door there.
Yeah. Hitsuyan flies over to the windmill, which has been pretty much partially destroyed.
I am trying to think here what our progression might be, and it might be a double dip mire at this point.
Here comes the Smith chain for Hitsuyan. Dracarys already did this, but he's doing things that Hitsuyan has already done now too, so they are currently retracing each other's steps. While they are doing that, I want to take a moment to remind you all, please make sure to follow these runners. They are obviously representing their teams, Team Awesome and the Last Locationers, and they are doing this race for your entertainment and amusement, and our commentary remarks and thinkings today. So make sure to follow them, give them some support, and show them that you appreciate them putting on this race for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are gonna get a back cave check here from Hitsuyan.
New information here. What will Batman, as I like to call him, give us? I curse you by taking your life. Seeing as he says it backwards, that's never mind.
No, I liked it. Continue.
Obviously, for those who are not familiar with why I did it that way, in the vanilla game, when you actually get the half magic from him, he actually says that he's going to make it hard for you to cast magic or something like that. And then you have the full cutscene with all the different text boxes, and it's like, okay, you just doubled my magic, buddy.
Does he say that in Japanese? Because that could be just that it was a mistranslation. So we see here another technique here from Hitsuyan, which is called the super speed, if I remember correctly. If you use the boost at the same time as you are activating the hook shot, the speed will be saved from. Oh, he's actually gonna go and do Spy Cave.
Yep, he's gonna be happy he did this because now that's gonna put Misery Myra on his checklist.
So, right now, would you want to dip into Mire or do gamble and hand over to Pop?
I'm starting to think the bow is in Palace of Darkness. I really am. I know I said earlier that it could be, and I wasn't thinking it then, but I'm starting to think it is.
Well, we're gonna see Dracoius decides to head into Mire.
It's possible that Ice Palace could also help be leading to Sahasrara with the bow as well, but we would need the Fire Rod or the Bombos to get in there. And that could be in Palace of Darkness. We could have a case where we have to double dip Palace of Darkness for all we know.
Yeah, which is never a fun thing to do.
Oh no, it never is. And as I say that, Hitsuyan seems to be reading my mind. He's off to Palace of Darkness now. He's finally resigned to the fact that he's not going to get the bow, possibly without coming over here. So, here we go.
If not, he will get some good information that he might head over to Mire.
Yep. I can see the play if we're going for Meyer, but at the same time, if you can get the bow while you're over here, this will give you a much easier Vitreous fight, and that could be very, very time-saving, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they have a big key for Dracarys already. If this were a Go mode Misery Mire, that would be what you call the God route.
And we did learn that the Firelock checks on Mire is not required to do, so he will probably just skip that if he saw that.
Yeah, I think it was him. Actually, I didn't. It might have been both runners. Both runners might have seen that hand. I don't remember who specifically saw that, but I think both did.
Yep, he saw it.
Yep, he's out of there. And there's $20.
I think then we know both of the items because I think that item was fire locked.
So I'm not really following Hitsuyan too closely here. I should be doing that because he's opening a lot more chests than Picard's is, but I want to see what the other item in Misery Mire is too. It looks like it was just red mail, so that's actually a good pickup. Now I'm going to turn my attention to Hitsuyan, who is opening some other chests here.
Yeah.
A map and a unique item in the western wing of Swamp Palace.
Yeah, we didn't know that because they were in swamp earlier, and we only saw the compass.
I was going to say, he didn't do the left side, did he?
No of our runners did.
Ricard's hasn't been in there yet, but I don't think...
We're gonna get some fun here.
Both cleared it. Yeah, we didn't see that yet.
So what his son did there, because that the room is basically between two rooms, you can upset the camera so that it is still in free mode when you go into this room by drinking that potion. And if you move the enemies off screen, the game thinks that you have defeated them, so the game opens the door for you.
It is possible to do this in Ganon's Tower as well. As a result, it is possible, as funny as it is to believe, it is possible to beat this game without the bow and some seeds if you can pull that trick off in Ganon's Tower. Very, very difficult to do the last room, from what I understand, but otherwise, it is possible to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, Link to the Past, very well programmed 1990s computer programming.
And there we have the Book of Medora. So that is a nice found. That unlocks 2 locations for us, and we could also, if we want to, head over and check what Pedestal has for us.
Yep, that would be some good reading. Always good to do some reading.
Yeah, stay in school, kids. You will learn. You will want to be able to.
Yep, get your college in if you can. Let's see, I'm finding another key in the room before going downstairs in the dark. Now in the dark, going through some money. There's the Cane of Samaria. It's gotta be Cane.
So now we can complete Meyer. We have found both of the items there, so it wouldn't really give us anything when it comes to progress.
And if we don't find the bow in here, which we didn't, we found the map, so we didn't find the bow here. If the bow is not on the left side in Dark Maze, and by the way, I just jokingly called Dark Maze earlier, so if it is there now, I'm gonna be burned at the stake. But if it is not over here in Dark Maze, we know that Double Dip was most likely required. And that's the big key. So that
very nicely placed.
Very convenient, yeah. That is the single arrow of destiny.
That is a nice one.
Everyone, hail the single arrow. Oh! And this, like you said, opens up Misery Mire to completion. And wouldn't you laugh if the bow was on Vicious?
I think we have found both of the items.
Well, yeah, I think you're right, but wouldn't you laugh anyway?
I would laugh. Mainly because this seed is broken, but yeah, I would laugh.
This brings two really good questions. One, where is the cape? And two, where is the bow? I'm starting to think of some very evil possibilities here. We already know that both items in Skull Woods have been cleared. It's not in Skull Woods. Actually, no. My evil thinking might not even work. We have to find either Bombos or Fire Rod to get to Ice Palace. So once we find one of those, pedestal is on the table. I almost want to see what's on the pedestal just to rule that out at this point, so we know for sure if we have to actually do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that Bow can't be on the pedestal because of the Eastern Palace, but yeah, the cape can possibly be there. But where is Fire Rod, or where is Bombos then, would I say rather?
Yeah, we know that Fire Rod is not needed to get whatever is on the pedestal because you need the Fire Rod possibly to get into Ice Palace, meaning that that is a pendant dungeon. You can't be required to get the pedestal to get to Ice Palace. So if we find Bombos somewhere, that is going to be the key. That will be the key that suggests pedestal could be in logic. Until we find Bombos, pedestal's not even a concern, I don't think.
Yeah, after this we're probably gonna see the tablet. Because I can't really think of any more locations we haven't checked.
Yeah, I couldn't even think of anything myself, and I didn't think about the tablets. So that's a good call. I think the tablets might have our progression. Because we can't even get the green pen to get to Hasserala, so that's out. We've done the Smith chain. We saw K45, I believe.
Yep,
we got the island. We got both islands. What else is there?
We have not gotten Shovel yet, so we can't be on the dig spot.
Sorry?
We haven't got Shovel yet, so it can't be on the dig spot.
No. Yeah, I'm running dry on locations here.
Yeah, me too.
I think it has to be the tablets.
It could be that we get the vanilla bombos today.
I'm liking it.
That would be evil.
And we're gonna have another potion skip, or bow skip here. Both runners showing they are very well aware of the minor glitches in this game. That is considered a minor glitch and is allowed for racing, as you noticed.
And what we saw his fan did there was called an item dash. So if you use an item at the same time as you dash, both of the actions is overwritten. So you can do them both at the same time. Similar to how spin speed and stupid speed works.
Car is getting his book. He will now be able to sit down and do some reading if he wishes. To one of our runners in chat not wasting his time on Smash, what do you mean? That's a wonderful game.
A beautiful fight for Hitsuyan, and he is awarded with a small key. Ooh, Drakarius might be checking what the last item in Swamp is.
Wanna bet on Bo?
That would be funny if it was. Teasing them a lesson about not leaving a single item behind.
Did Dracarys not open all the chests in Palace of Darkness? Canis Mario was in there.
I don't think he did.
It was in the basement, the dark basement.
Yeah, I don't think he did, because with two small keys on the bowlock side, you wouldn't be able to get there. But if you're deciding to do sequence break when it comes to pod. Do they the whole way then?
I'm surprised you just left those on the table.
And we can see Hitsuyan also heading over to Swamp.
Chad is saying something that's correct. It would be humorous now if the bow was here, especially since Dracarys just left Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both runners could have had that before going to Palace of Darkness if it is here. And neither picked it up, and they have both had to come back to get it if that is the case. And both are going to be kicking themselves if that's the case.
Yeah, but technically, I think Red Cane is bow locked here because of just those two small keys. So I can understand what Dracarys is doing here.
Yeah, I see Hitsuyan doing this as a possible scenario because he knew he could come here before going to Palace of Darkness, and he knew the Red King was in Palace of Darkness. They needed to beat Misery Mire, so he's trying to close up the logic hole by going to places he's already been, thinking that's where the bow's got to be. So yeah, I'm almost ready to say the bow is definitely the unique item on this side. I'm about 80% on that. Make that 100%. Make that 100%. There was the bow. There's the kick in the pants that both runners are going to be getting on opening that up, because they both went to Palace of Darkness after clearing Swamp Palace. Neither picked up the bow before going.
Yeah, that is a valuable lesson. And sometimes leaving an item behind can really be your downfall.
Both runners are going to think that they missed something now. Both runners are going to think they're behind. There's your cape! We knew it had to have progression. We knew there had to be progression at one of the tablets. We found it. The cape will give us the fire rod, which will give us access to Ice Palace, which isn't really important, but it also gives access to Mothula.
Yeah, so we are not in no mode yet because we still need bombos, but right now we felt like we're going from where are we going to, okay, this is gonna be quick.
The reason I mentioned Ice Palace is because for all we know, bombos could be locked by the fire rod. So if it's at Ice Palace, that becomes important.
Oh yeah, we don't have ice rods yet either.
That is right. I can see that being an Ice Palace too. I mean, it's a cold enough place, so why not crack open a cold one there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So, Dracarys will be our first runner to pick up the fire rod. Slightly ahead on that count, but slightly one behind on the crystal count. One advantage he will have when he goes back to Misery Mire is he'll be able to pump those eyes full of silver arrows. That'll be a very, very quick fight.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, the strat that he's trying to use is also very, very quick.
And hey, Mothula, here you want visitors. I brought Raid. I wonder if we're gonna get a pet check after Mothula too, or maybe even before. Yeah, maybe after. Hitsuyan picked up his fire rod, and I think he's going straight over Skullwoods as well. They're in tandem right now in terms of what they're doing. Dracarys looking at his magic, he's a little bit worried right now. Has just enough for one more shot.
Yeah, good thing he switched out to the lamp there.
Oh, that hand was coming to grab him. He got down just in time.
Yeah, even if you're one frame away from this transition, he can grab you out of there and put you back.
Yep, that's absolutely right. What a good moth fight.
That was really beautiful.
I've seen slightly faster, but that was still pretty good. That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, that one was up there.
Granted, Gold Sword does make that pretty easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's our aforementioned pet check. Ladies and gentlemen, get your pedestal hype in chat. We still have one or two items that can be on here. And on the pedestal today, we have Couch Cash! Absolutely required. We have a... Never mind.
Yep.
So that means that we're going to have to find that ice rod somewhere in most likely an ice palace, which is what Lucaris is thinking right now. He wants to rule that out before Turtle Rock. I wonder if Hitsuyan will try to go to Turtle Rock.
We still need bombos.
Yeah, we do need bombos to get in there. That's right. And we got our special chest hint, which thanks game. A little bit late for that.
So, Izod could still be in Turtle Rock and the bombos is here. That would be nearly best case scenario.
Well, I did suggest bombos could be here. So very first chest could be it. Could be big chest. Could be Gold Stair itself. We're getting the pet check from Hitsuyan. Again, they're in tandem with each other right now. So will this be our bombos? No, it's a bottle.
Oh, it's not even. It doesn't even have anything in it.
Yeah, why was an empty bottle doing there? That's kind of a bore.
Yeah, I don't want it anymore. I'm gonna put it back in the chest.
Oh, it's an empty bottle. I'll use it for storage. I just put some stuff in it, you know. Another hit coming up here. Really?
That is not the fun one.
Is in Turtle Rock. You had to tell us that.
That is not the fun one.
We kind of concluded that was the case at this point. Thanks, game.
Big chance that that is our ice rod.
Huge chance.
Or it could be the shovel, meaning that ice rod is on big spot.
Yeah, that would be even worse. That'd be disgusting.
Yep. Because no one like double dipping Turtle Rock.
No one. Okay, now wait for the tiles to fall. Thank you, tile. And one more hint, tile. We are going to find out from here. Something sharp is... I'm going to read that again. Something sharp
water
is
switch.
a water switch. Thank you for telling us about the gold sword we already have. We appreciate that. It's kind of funny that it says something sharp. There were two something sharps there.
Yeah.
Or am I thinking... Oh, wait. I'm thinking... Oh, I take that back. No, it's talking about the dam. It's not talking about the well. Never mind.
Yeah, big distinction between them.
They're both water related. I got mixed up. There's your big key.
Good.
And Hitsuyan is going to be our first runner today to take on the Homosar King cage match. Spikes, We have a hammer being used to gingerly remove that mask from the Homosar King's face, dodging the fireballs. Look, took a hit there. I'm sure Hitsuya is going to be assailed by the tail momentarily, but so far... Oh, here it comes. Tail misses. Hitsuya gets out of the silver arrow, and can't seem to get it off, but finally gets one of the Homosar King's skull, and that's another crystal down for Hitsuya.
Beautiful fight. And
There's
your
bombos!
Wow.
But we still do not know where everything is. We still need the ice rod to be in no mode. And actually, for him, that might be go mode if he gets when he gets the ice rod.
Yeah. So, is he gonna do dip into the rock? He is.
Oh, I haven't been counting the items, but if the ice rod is here on Cold Stare, this will be very, very painful for Hitsuya. I'm keeping an eye on this Cold Stare fight right now. So the Crackle Eyes need to be thawed out. Unfortunately, all the magic was used, so we had to drink a potion refill there. Got the... Oh, that was beautiful. Eyes in the corner. That was gorgeous.
Perfect fight there. And it's a map.
It was just a map, so just waste time on this fight.
We did say Ice Rod can be in Turtle Rock.
Speaking suggests he skipped the big chest, so he may have gotten all of the items. Why did he do this fight then?
Didn't he learn his lesson earlier in the swamp?
I don't know. Oh, Sahasrara could have the ice rod.
That is very true.
This could be the race right here.
Yeah, this could be the decider.
This could be the moment. Okay, let's see as he moves over to the position. Over the arrow, gonna walk behind the shed. And he's just gonna go take out Homosar King first. I thought he was gonna go to Sahasrara first. I was ready to get excited for an ice rod from Sahasrara. We're gonna see if Hitsuyan finds it before Dracarys does.
Oh, he turned around.
A unique item is in Skull Woods. Thank you very much. Oh, here we go.
Okay then, this is hype.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be it. Get your excitement up in chat right now as we find 50 bucks. That is exciting.
Woo!
Money is exciting. It lets you buy things.
Yeah, and we did see a quality of life item for Hitsuyan. The first in Turtle Rock is Half Magic.
Very, very nice item to pick up. Okay, this... I'm gonna say the ice rod's up here.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be at this point. Or
nope,
we're gonna get my very cursed scenario.
What's your cursed scenario? The shovel?
Shovel into dig spot.
Well, I would say the shovel's in the big chest, but, you know. I think we can conclude that one of the two has to be here, though. One of the two items has to for sure be here.
Yeah, we did get a clue about some unique thing being here.
Ricard is finally getting his K, and he's probably gritting his teeth a little bit at that.
Yep.
As for the question of whether Pedestal is alive, this is for those coming in late. It's just couch cash. So, yeah, it's absolutely required if you want to be rich.
Well, Link is gonna have to fund his retirement after this, so yeah.
Yeah, might not hurt. Of course, it is just a little bit of cash, not like a rupee hoard or anything like that. Hello, Buddy Beam. Hello, Buddy Form. So there you go. The buddy form of Dark Link is Light Link. Who knew?
a vanilla big key location.
Had a couple of those today.
Yep. Oh, Mimic Cave could have it as well. Could have the ice one as well.
Definitely can, yeah. I consider that as part of Turtle Rock since you really have to do it on the way, but it is considered an overworld location. So, I'm going to go to exit number 1.
There was one brilliant point that was brought up in chat. Off Magic is technically a unique item, so we could have already find a unique item that the hint told us.
But then where would the items be? Have we seen Ether Tablet yet?
We have not seen Ether, and
It could be
as I said, Mimic Cave does not count as Turtle Rock.
No. That is a heart piece. I think that's vanilla.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's Ice Rod, probably right here. Or blueberries.
Well, it's blue, so nearly there.
I was half right.
Yep.
Adrikar is taking his turn to assail the king with a hammer. Oh, hi, Compass. Ooh, Adrikar does take a hit from the Homestar King's foot, but does get the silver arrow in. That is a crystal. That is 5 crystals by my count for him. Meanwhile, we are still working on that last crystal for Hitsuyan. He needs the ice rod, otherwise he can't get it. It has to be here on Laser Bridge if he's going to be able to do this in one dip. If it is not here on Laser Bridge, he's going to have to exit and probably go to the Ether Tablet or something along those lines. Or just get it right there. Ladies and gentlemen,
at 31...
Save for a key here on Laser Bridge at 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 50 seconds. Hitsuyan1337 is in go mode.
Yeah, and it's excellent to have Turtle Rock as your last crystal as well, because you can then just head straight over to Gannis Tower.
It is satisfying to have it as your final one. The only one better than that would be doing Tower of Hero last, because it's literally the same building. But other than that, it is satisfying. And it's a pendant today anyway, so we don't have to do it.
Ooh, he stopped the ice head from spitting out some bars. That was very...
That could have been a very slightly slippery floor you would have had to deal with. And we just need to kill this turtle now. Oh, takes a hit, but he got the kill. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for those of you watching live on Twitch. We have a game we play here on Twitch. If you are a subscriber to the channel, or have donated, or any of the speaking channel, or have donated 250 bits or more, we have the Big Key guessing game. As soon as we put start in chat, you can put your guesses in chat for 1 to 22 and guess where that big key is. Where do you think it is today, Angel?
I'm gonna say it's right side. I'm gonna say it's compass room, and it's gonna be number 5.
Well, you can see I already put my guess in chat because doesn't matter if it's what term it is or what's changed. I say it's always 11 because, well, always. Typically, I've put that in randomizer room, but sometimes I find that in weird locations.
Yeah.
So we got 5 and 11. We're going to stop the guessing for for us seeing it, we're going to stop in a few seconds after we see him go in. But we're going to make sure we stop it when you guys are seeing it on stream here. So game is over. And good luck to anyone taking part. So we have a heart container and a key for the first 2 items. 20 to go. We're going to change the audio over as well if we can. Let me check that.
And we see that Hitsuyan is going to do right side. Okay, number 3 is a big 20, number 4 is 300, number 5 is another 300, and 50 is number 6.
There was
so
our
a lot
money.
of rupees. Yeah, well, that was our retirement plan.
That was Zora money right there if we didn't have Zora already. And location number 7 is just some sticks that I'm surprised have not burned by now.
Well, that was what the hint was pointing at earlier, so...
Ah.
Oh, now I realize what I accidentally did.
There's a key and a big 20. So number 10 is a key. Number 11, after dealing with a Stalfos that just wants to be really annoying, like they tend to be, there's our shovel! So that means the big key is probably in the dig. Never mind.
Yeah, this is not Key Sanity we are playing.
Exactly.
It would be fun if that was the only...
If this was Key Sanity, the horrors of Dig Spot would be coming up right now.
Yeah. It would also be really funny if that would be the only place where the key would actually be made to.
Let's see, and trying to do boomerang strats on the Switch. Finally gives up and just drops the KS Mario block next to it. Not going to waste time now.
No, he has a race to win.
And there we go.
So the only item we have not found so far is the boomerang. Where can that be?
Not sure. Probably somewhere in the basement or upstairs in Gan's tower. We've cleaned, or maybe even Ether for all we know. We've cleaned up pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
So that was 14, 15, 16. Big key. If I'm doing the math correctly, I think that was 17. Or was it 16? I think that was 17 because we would have had Bob's chest, we would have had the 3 behind, and Ta room. So yeah, that was 17. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner, number 17. We're going to figure out who won in just a second. If my typing will work. Okay, we can now confirm that the first sub or support you guessed correctly today was an exact guess. Congratulations, Cyberlink. You are the winner of today's shoutout, and today's awesome prize, a basket of nothing. It's the Nothing Basket, available at Nothing Enterprises. Please enjoy your wonderful basket. By the way, basket not included.
Nice. A very beautiful reward.
And I just realized I needed to hit save on the leaderboard, but I was beaten to it by our tracker, Geek. Thank you for catching that. So we have a new guessing board for those playing along with us here on the live stream. It looks like one race might not have had it played, but we do have several people here with 1 win so far, and no one has cracked the 2-win club yet.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to do that.
I think we saw someone with 12 wins in the fall tournament. That was pretty good. Pretty impressive. Might have been, actually, might have been more than that.
That sounds good.
So Dracarys is going outside, still looking for the Ice Rod, and going to go to Mimic Cave to do that right now. Hitsuyan is on his way up, and he's making this Gans Tower look easy. I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, this is not easy. This takes practice to be able to do so cleanly and smoothly. We're now about to go up to the 6th floor. Yeah, that is that. So now he's going to move on to the next room. Going to ignore these 2 chests most likely. Going to go straight through, open the door. We have another one to open down below. After blowing our way into the room, of course. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, time for our final quote-unquote boss before the real final boss, Moldorm 2, which is not really any different than Moldorm 1. It still does the exact same thing, just has a much more favorable platform to try and knock you off of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Hitsuyan is going to leave that chest right there. No antics, he has a race to win.
So, time for Geometry Wizard.
Yep, Triangle Wars. So, time for the Geometry chest. Let's grade here. That was a single and a couple that went off in random directions. Not very satisfying there. Blue ball,
Another
can't
single.
grade harshly for that. Oh, we have 2 blue balls. I think we only have 3 hits so far, if I counted correctly. That is a double. Well, that was 4 hits, sorry. That was a double that made it 6 hits. Dracarys takes out Trinex as Hitsuyan takes out Aghanim. And ladies and gentlemen, for one of our runners, it's time for the Big Pig. After this whistle crescendo.
And we see that Dracarys is now gonna do his GT dive, but
Correct.
it will require a lot for him to be able to catch up.
I'm liking the line in chat, biggest pigus. I might have to steal that. We're getting cheese facts, by the way, from Ganon today.
Wonderful.
Not going to talk too much about it. I know I created one for bacon facts left. Hope that gets in there one day.
Nice. So we're already in third phase because his land has tempered. It is 12 hits for phase 1 and phase 2.
Yep, he's getting, that's the second hit, so being a little kind on the warps today. Yep, 2 each phase so far, getting a little predictable here. And there's a 1, so kind of less predictable now. Did you find the arrows in Light World? Yes, here, try one. We hear they cook bacon very well. Oh, that was a single because he was over the pit. We're gonna get another, gonna go for the double, missed the shot. And has to get another fire rod shot on the candle there. That's a double, and that is going to be GG for Hitsuyan1337. Well, momentarily he has to cross a bridge first, but we can assume at this point this can be GG. So once he navigates a 1x3 bridge filled with treacherous nightmares and, never mind, that is GG for him. So get your GGs in chat as he finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour 44 minutes and 4 seconds. And the Triforce wants a friend. That is so
Aww.
nice. So nice. So nice.
So wonderful.
But I'll only want a friend.
And we are joined by Hitsuyan. GG.
GG's, guys. Thank you.
So, tell us about that seed. How'd you like that one?
Yeah, I don't like that seed because first time but it paid off at the end for me, I think, because I found the hidden pot then for the left side, and then I can routed it with the tablet and found my cape. Yeah, but I found all the times that I'm behind with Karis, and then at the end I gambled for Turtle Rock, and that paid off for me.
At that point, I think that was the only thing you had left. I think the only item left besides Turtle Rock was the Ether Tablet. I couldn't think of anything else because Dig Spot wasn't available without Ganon's Tower, so there was not really anything else that you left. You left hardly any stones left unturned there. It's amazing how the two of you were almost like peas in the pod at many points throughout this seed. You seem to be following each other's steps quite a bit. Very often you were ahead of Dracarys on certain steps, but there was a point at which you had Misery Mara done, and then you just started following his steps exactly. You're doing exactly what he did. So you're basically following each other's steps quite a bit throughout this seed.
Yeah, I had only Eastern and Ice left before I did Turtle Rock.
And that was basically what was your advantage here, is that Dracarys went and checked the Eastern Palace before going to Aga.
Yeah, I expected that play. That was very risky for me, doing Aga instant, but yeah, after getting both gloves, I was happy.
So you're thinking, so that was your plan. You figured Dracarys would check Eastern Palace early, and you figured if it was at Eastern Palace, you were already behind, so you wanted to make sure that you stayed a step ahead if possible. That's what your play was?
Yeah. I was sure he will check everything before doing Aga. Because
and many runners do, that's right.
1 or 2 days ago, I think he did Aga like me, and then the gloves are in Eastern or something like that.
Yeah, that. Yeah, one thing he did too was he cleaned out Ice Palace. And you didn't do Ice Palace. He cleaned out Ice Palace completely. That also cost him a lot of time. And we actually had the nightmare scenario that I had come up with, is that Bombo's being locked behind Fire Rod in Ice Palace. That's what I was expecting. So I was kind of happy when that didn't happen. That sequence break for the Moon Pearl also kind of gave away that the Lantern had to be very close too. We actually figured out that had to be on Death Mountain very quickly, and that showed up very quickly as well.
Okay, I had the lamp.
Yeah, you found that, I think, after getting the Moon Pearl. Very interesting location for the Moon Pearl, right on the Old Man today.
Yeah, and I was very happy to see the early Tempered and then the Silvers.
Oh, that reminds me, you didn't get the Gold Sword.
Where was it?
Eastern.
It was in Eastern.
Okay. So you got all 4 swords before Aga?
Yes.
I saw a clip in chat talking about a hard boomerang. I'm just trying to see what that is to see if it was anything. Nope, just the trick that he did. Okay. So looking back at Dracarys here, he is up on the 5th floor right now. He is a couple floors away from Trigonometry Wars himself. Gonna go through the eyeball laser chaos right now. So that seed kind of came across. Oh, he got pushed off. That seed kind of came across I would say that was somewhat linear. Would you agree with that? We might have lost him here.
Seems like it. Maybe he was really exciting about winning.
Maybe. He might have just disappeared for the keyboard for a moment, so he didn't hear that.
That is also very true.
We'll have time to talk when Dracarys is done anyway. He's not too far away. So I'm sure we'll hear some thoughts from Dracarys as well, and be able to hear from both runners at the same time here then as well. Speaking of Dracarys, Moldorm 2 time. And trying to be sneaky, but the kill was attained. So as we see Hitsuyan's credits right now, we do get to see what the final chest has. It was just a big, which by the way is vanilla.
Yep.
And the mini Homosword got boinged. And Dracarys crosses the wonderful Wathu to welcome that into the Aghanim 2 fight. Ooh, that is a double right off the bat, so a little bit of time being now the blue balls are going to mess with the counts here. It's going to make this a little harder. So that's a single. There's another blue ball right here. I think we got another single, though. Will he get a double to finish this off? One did not count.
Yeah, that can happen if they hit too close to each other.
Yep. One of them didn't count, so... now he's poking the door. Let me out! Let me out! I want to go. Let me leave. Want to go. Want to go. Let me out, please. Let me out. Want to go.
Isn't this supposed to open? It's gonna flew out.
It is not supposed to open.
I can imagine that was his fault there because he was doing that a lot.
No, he knows that. He's just doing his doing it for fun. I think if you go back up late, I don't know this. I've never tried this, but if you go back up later after beating Aghanim 2, I wonder if you actually the door just stays open at that point, shuts and then opens again, or if you just automatically call it duck as soon as you get up there again. I'm not sure what happens.
I have never checked that.
I'd be curious about that now.
Yeah. So because the Dracarys has the gold sword here, you only need 6 hits compared to Temper who needed 12.
And it's temper tantrum time.
And if you have Master Sword, you need 24 spins because normal slash is also welcome in.
The Dracarys is gonna give Gan a little taste of being cooked. Oh! And he throws a silver arrow just for the sake of it, and now that was probably a bad idea because he's down to 3 silver arrows. So I have to imagine that silver arrow press was either a meme or just an accidental button press that he didn't mean to do, because he's gonna have to do a few regular hits on Ganon now.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
He'll realize when he tries to fire that 4th arrow, he's like, wait, what?
I just love the dash strats.
Looks like Hitsuyan is still with us. They might not have realized we were asking questions there. We'll hold now for Dracarys to finish as well, and we'll talk to both runners at once here since we are almost done here with Dracarys. So, Temper Tantrum over once again. He's going to fire the first arrow. Doesn't get the Torch Touch this time. Going to get the second arrow here. Gets a third arrow, and he's out of arrows. He realized he's out of arrows. He's doing the swings.
Yeah, this is what you have to do if you don't have silvers in the normal game.
And the game expects you to have silver arrows. At this point, you're expected to go to the Pyramid Fairy and get them. Even in the randomizer logic, you are expected to have the silver arrows to do this fight. That is, by the way, bacon. More bacon. All the time bacon. Give me the bacon. And Dracarys is about to cross his 3x1 bridge, and he is about to get his finishing time, which we can now confirm is an official SRL time of 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 9 seconds. And that does conclude today's race as Team Awesome, represented by Hitsuyan, defeats Last Locationers in the first of, I believe it's the first of the 2 races they will play this week. Now, just winning 2 races does not mean a team loses any standing or anything. It means that there's 6 points they don't get, obviously. Each game counts by itself. But what happens is that 2 players again play each week, so you're going to see this is one of the 2 races. This is 3 points the Team Awesome will get thanks to today's race. Last Locationers will get another chance to play a member of Team Awesome this week for the other 3 points.
Yeah. Oh, that was the second game, actually.
Oh, that was the second game? Wow, it's only the 3rd day. I didn't catch that both games were on already. Who won the first game? Do you have that information?
I can head over and check.
That was the first race, Verlaine versus Alus. And Team Awesome won that.
So Team Awesome actually won both games this week. Excellent. Congratulations to Team Awesome winning the first 2 races this week. That's a quick 6 points on the on the leaderboard, and I think you guys are probably already in the early lead at this point now. Very nicely done.
Very good done.
Thank you.
And we'll see if Dracarys wants to join us in the channel here. I don't see him joining yet. I'll just send him a quick message here. So while we're waiting to see if Dracarys wants to join us, I'm going to get some information on other races that are upcoming in this tournament. We do have later tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Time this evening, over on the main Speed Gaming channel. This is actually going to be following another race I'm calling over there tonight after some Z1R at 8 o'clock. We're going to be following with Speed Gaming with Duke Firebird representing the Immortals and Jet082 representing, and I'm going to probably butcher this many, many times. I apologize. Fendrana Drifters is Jet82's team. So that match is going to be happening at 10 o'clock right after the Zelda 1 randomizer is completed over there tonight. And there are a lot of races tomorrow, which I'm going to go through here. After a momentary sneeze, didn't want you to get that on air. We have Walther IV versus Nindan. They're representing their teams. Frostbite 3030 versus Final Flame. That's at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock tomorrow, respectively. Speed Gaming 2 and Speed Gaming 4. Those 2 races are guaranteed broadcasts. 2 races that will not be broadcast tomorrow are Furaimi versus Lin and Kern versus Aslepo's Rod. And I'm sure I'm butchering that. I apologize. But one last race is guaranteed to restream tomorrow, and that is Sabatenda versus Chizumi on Speed Gaming 5. That one's at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Chizumi on a very uniquely named team, Team Kappa. So I expect we'll see a lot of Kappa in chat for that race.
Original name. But it looks like the Karius will not be joining us, unfortunately.
Yep, I just noticed that as well. I got that comment. So we want to wish him a GG, and we do thank him for racing and going through that entire race. Since we won't have him joining us, I guess we won't linger too long here. I just will ask, though, of Hitsuyan, were there any other things related to that seed that you thought were annoying, or any other thoughts about the seed in general today, or even about the league?
Oh, sorry, guys.
It's fine.
What have you asked?
I'll ask again. Were there any? I don't want to linger too much since we are not going to be getting our second racer here. But are there any other thoughts you have regarding this scene? Anything else that jumps out today about the seed, or anything about the league itself that any thoughts about the league itself?
About the seed, not really. About the league, I think it's very awesome that we have a league now, and good job on that, Fear Agent. The layout is very nice, and thank you guys for restreaming, commentating, and all the work you do that this can happen. And thanks for the viewers.
Yes, I was going to get to that in a moment as well. The viewers are just as important as any of us, racers, commentators, trackers. Viewers are just as important as anything else. And if it wasn't for the viewers, we wouldn't have a reason to be here talking about this race on the air with you guys right now. So we do thank everyone for watching as well. And again, congratulations, Hitsuyan, Congratulations again, Hitsuyan, for the win today and for the second win already for Team Awesome. Team Awesome is off to an awesome start.
Yeah, thank you.
I had to do it. Yes, I had to do it. Whatever. Anyway, so let me just cover very quickly. I'm not going to linger too long here, but I want to cover a couple things coming up on Speed Gaming today, since it is still there's still a lot of races left on the schedule for today. Going on right now over on Speed Gaming 3. I believe it will be underway now. Ocarina of Time Randomizer is going on Speed Gaming 3. Over on Speed Gaming 4, the Super Metroid Prodigy Tournament, third race in that tournament. There's one that's probably just ending on Speed Gaming main channel right now, but the one that's on right now is on Speed Gaming 4. Those are both going on right now. I mentioned Zelda 1 Randomizer and the League race tonight, both on the main Speed Gaming channel. There is Zelda 2 Randomizer going on Speed Gaming 4 later. There's some Donkey Kong Country going on Speed Gaming 2. And even later on Speed Gaming 2 is another Zelda 1 Randomizer. And that's actually a really good race. I'm going to highlight that race very quickly, if I can find it in front of me here. On Speed Gaming 2 tonight, you're going to find a race on Zelda 1 Randomizer between Chess Jerk and Jay Coper. These are two absolutely sensational players of the randomizer, and that should be a really good race. Make sure to come back to Speed Gaming 2, where we are right now, at 11 o'clock tonight, and you'll be able to catch that race. That should be a great one to watch. So if you, of course, if you're watching the league race at 10 o'clock, do that instead if you prefer that. But if you're not watching that, go over to Speed Gaming 2. That's going to be a great race. Any last thoughts? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a really cool category as well with a no sword.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we also have the normal daily race at 9 o'clock, which is standard today.
That's right. If you haven't had enough Link to the Past already, you can get one of those as well in standard mode today. And you can also play in that one. So go play in that one if you want to as well. That is an open race to the community. So any last thoughts from you, Angles, before we move on and call it a broadcast?
A very interesting seed with some interesting locations. Otherwise, no, not really any thoughts.
Yep, that was a really, I want to say a little bit nasty, but it could have been a lot worse, obviously. So with that said, let's go ahead and start wrapping up. I want to remind you again, make sure to follow our runners. I should add that Ricars has an underscore after his name if you want to find and follow him. Otherwise, it's exactly as you see him on the screen here. Also, make sure to follow our tracker for the day, who was Oski. Thank you for the hard work clicking the buttons. And make sure you follow my co-commentator, Angel. I'm not sure. I apologize if I've been saying this wrong all the time. How do you say your name? Angel HC?
I'm basically saying Angel, but that was taken, so I had HC at the end because I thought it was cool.
Okay, so it is pronounced Angel, so it's just like Angel HC. Okay, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong all this time. I'm sure I've been butchering that a couple times.
Don't
So,
worry,
make sure you-
I've heard about 9 different ways to pronounce my name, so it's fine.
No problem, no problem. So make sure to follow him as well. And I am under Cyclone GU on Twitch. I just go by Cyclone, though. If you were to want to look for me as well, I'll probably stream eventually soon, but someday. Anyway, I want to wish everyone in chat a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, wherever it is you are right now. Wonderful night for some of you, I'm sure. Make sure to follow Speed Gaming, SpeedGaming236 for all your racing that you could ever want to watch as well. Always lots of stuff going on here. Fiesel and the crew behind the scenes do a great job here. Everyone have yourself a great day, rest of the day, whatever it is. May not all your seeds be pet seeds. And Angel, you get the final word.
Thank you guys, and good night.